Very good morning to all of you. I am Charles, Assistant Professor of English, Bishopkeeper College. Today we are going to discuss about the great poem The Lake Ale of Innisfree, which is written by William Butler Yeats. So next, about the author. So he was born on June 13, 1865, Dublin in Ireland. He was educated at school in Hammersmith and Dublin. He was an Irish poet and playwright. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. His notable works, The Second Coming, Sailing to Byzantium, Easter, 1916. He was died on January 28, 1939 in France. So this is about the author. Next we'll move on. The Lake Ale of Innisfree. The title is very interesting. When we look into the nature it gives a wonderful scenery, harmony, peaceful, everything in our real life. So the background of the poem, it was written in 1893. It was a real place in County Sligo, Ireland. The poet has spent his childhood days in the place Innisfree. He was lonely and homesick for Ireland. At the time, looking in a shop window, he saw a toy fountain and the sound of the water reminded him of lake water, inspired by this. So that's why he writes a poem, The Lake Ale of Innisfree. The poem consists 12 lines separated into 3 quatrains. So next we'll move on the poem lines. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and bottles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loved glade. The first stanza. So next, the second stanza. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. The midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnets' wings. Third stanza. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. The poem, it is very interesting because the writer, he lives in the modern world. So you all know very well about how the modern world, because it was so much of noisy, pollutions, some kind of problems we might have gone through in our life scenario. So that the writer, he lives in the modern world. So that's why he rejects the modern world. He wants to get a new place which was called the Lake Ale of Innisfree. So I can explain the first stanza description. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. I here it represents the writer. He wakes up his place and he wants to go to Innisfree. He builds a small cabin which was made by clay and water. So cabin means a small house. He wants to create a new house. That house was made by clay and wattles. So you all know very well about clay and wattles. So wattles means normally you all know the fencing, but here the wattle like the woods like fencing. Okay. So 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee. He plants 9 rows of beans. He could collect raw honey from the hive bee. He gets some bee sound in the glade field. So glade means open field or open space. Okay. So once again I can repeat. He wakes up his own place and he goes to the Innisfree. So you can relate the picture. So he wakes up his own place and he goes to the Innisfree. He builds a small cabin which was made by clay and bottles. He plants 9 rows of beans. He could collect raw honey from the bee hive. He gets some bee sound in the open space. So this first stanza description is over. So second stanza description. and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. He wants to get some peace in his life. So that's why he moves to the place. The place is named the Lake Elof in Innisfree. So peace comes in his view. So dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. So veil means it can be covered while we are all walking during the summer time. We can cover in our face, so that in the morning you can see the mist, it comes to cover the nature or the scenery. Okay, so the midnight all a glimmer, you can see the picture, the midnight all in a glimmer view, the noon like in a purple glow. Okay, but the evening time, he looks in the evening time how the bird, like the leonid bird, the bird can get wings in the open field. Okay, so once again I can repeat. So he wants to some peace in his life. So peace is there in the place. He compares morning, afternoon, night, finally evening. Okay, the third stanza description: I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey. I hear it in the deep heart's score. So again, I will arise and go now. He wants to move that place. He spends day and night. He spends day and night. He gets some water lapping in a low sound by the seashore. So you can see the picture. So we can get, I think this is the seashore. So when it comes, the waves touch the seashore, it comes out the sound. So that I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. He can get low sound by the seashore while I stand on the roadway or in the pavement's grey. Okay, he lives in the city life. He stands on a road or in a pavement's grey. So finally, I hear it in the deep heart's score. He touches in his heart how the beauty of nature, it gives a wonderful scenery, harmony, brightness, sinfulness. So he lives in a very peaceful life. So what are the themes should be relevant in this part of the poem? It is a place to find peace and connect with the world on a deeper in nature and spiritual level, because it is so far from that which we commonly experience in day-to-day life. So already I mentioned in the beginning, so the writer, he lives in the modern world. So why he rejects the modern world? Because he gets some problem like pollution, corruption, so much of things he affects himself. So that's why he moves the another place. So that place, it was surrounded by the nature. So he creates a new place, he creates a house and other things in his view. So because he wants to get some peace, he decides himself, peace is there. Okay. So it is an escape from industrialism as well as from the other people. So he wants to live in a very peaceful life. That life should be relevant to lonely life. Not only in a lonely life, but that lonely life, it comes around nature, honeybee, some insects, everything should be over in this place. So that's why he gets some harmony, peacefulness, harmfulness, happiness, everything in this Lake Elof in Innisfree. Nature has magical qualities. Nature has magical qualities and offers an ideal way of living life. So life should be in a very moral. How we can run our life in a very happy and peaceful, so that he concludes the entire poem. It is based on nature and around in this world. So that is, I can conclude the entire concept, the Lake Elof in Innisfree. Thank you.